Hi, it's me, Wanda. 4:44 a.m. Sunday morning, 30th of September, 2018, Gregorian. I have my glasses. I say 44 is Aquarius. I don't know, that clock says one thing. This one says here on the computer, 4:35 a.m. Yeah, I don't care. What do you? I like to code my videos and time stamp them. Even if I write a note, I write you a cute little quick note. I'll put the time and date on it. Normally, anyway, I got up to tinkle maybe an hour ago, and I tried to get back to sleep, and I just couldn't. Even cozied up with Papa Bear, I couldn't sleep. So I went to the kitchen and put a pot of tea on. It's getting warm now. The tea hopefully helped me get back to sleep. Don't you admire people who can get up and tinkle and go right back to sleep? Sometimes I get lucky, I can do it. Clearly, sometimes not. So I said, I'll do a video. In these little audio books I tend to do, pontificate, outlet, Pardon me. I'm yawning. Maybe I will get back to sleep after all. I like these because it's like, the one-woman monologue I've always wanted to do on stage. They call New York, I did off-Broadway in the 90s. I was really pursuing the acting thing in the 90s. The actor, the light-skinned actor, he inspired me. I was like, that look cool. I want to do that one day. There's a term for it. It's called black box or something. The light-skinned actor from Malcolm X, the movie. The one, Denzel Washington's character. Well, Malcolm X played Russian roulette with. I cannot think of this actor's name. In any event, he has one guy, and I want to find his name to find the doggone thing. I want to watch it again. It's probably on YouTube. Gotta go to imdaddy.com. That's how I remember the website. I'm Daddy Baby. Yeah, imdb.com. And look up the Malcolm X movie, and I'll figure out his name and go find it. Hopefully it's on YouTube or somewhere on the internet. But he did a one-man black box show on stage. I'm like, I want to do that. The whole stage is black. Look like the whole audience is blacked out. And you just sit up there and you talk. It's like a monologue, a pontification. Most auditions back then was, monologues. Oh, the good old days, y'all. I'm so nostalgic. I bought my fourth house. Anyway, yeah, I tried to get in bed with Papa Bear. Get back to sleep, I couldn't. This video I want to talk about karma. I do. It'll probably go off on to other things, but I'm going to start off with karma. I've been meaning to do a karma video for a long time. What's called karma? I'll tell you when I first heard the word. It must have been a while ago, maybe the 80s. Or I was always Mommy always had a great library, and I used to go to the public library in New York City, where I'm from, and get books and things of that nature. So I heard the word a long before it became so popularized. And the daily nomenclature in the world or wherever you're from is just like there. People begin to name their children, their offspring, karma. And my sister-in-law from my first marriage, that's like kind of her name. Save one letter. You know what I mean? Or add one letter. So it's been popularized, is my point, that word, the handle, as an adjective and things of that nature for a while. But pardon me, it always made sense to me, karma, not as in you do bad and some hidden power is going to spank you for it. Not so much as that. Or even the whole Christmas Carol, you better watch out. He sees what you are doing. He sees what you are. You know, that one for Santa Claus, Satan, Saturn. But that study, piecemealing that together came later on. Again, these are items that resonate as truth to me. They don't have to resonate as truth to you. To the detractors, Dietrichs and Hatrix, I like to call those energy bodies. I'm not saying that this is truth for all, because if it don't resonate with you, it just doesn't. Keep what resonates, discard what doesn't. That's what I was taught in the different classes I took. Hold on. The movie Brave one, was it Brave or some shit, with Jodie Foster in it. Terrence Howard was in it. That movie, not the whole movie, but just Terrence Howard's piece when he looks in the camera and goes, we don't disregard lies. This is a paraphrase. We don't discard lies. We study them because people tell them for a reason. That was the shit. That was it for me. I was damn, because usually, that's how we were taught. Like I just said, I'm going to repeat. Keep what resonates as truth to you and discard the rest. I ceased discarding the rest after hearing him say that shit. I'm like, let me go and examine what I'm fitting to discard. And then discard it. Examine the lie. To see, well, why did they even say this? It must be for a reason. He ain't never lied behind that shit. Pun intended. No pun intended. Either way, whatever the fuck. Sorry, I'm trying to refrain from cussing. Look like it's about to spill out. Anyway. Sailor tea spillage. No, that would be profanity. Remember saying cuss like a sailor? If you're old school, you remember saying. So I'm calling my profanity sailor tea spinach. No, spinach. I say spinach. Yeah, bitch, I must be sleepy. Sailor tea spillage. T-E-A. And what I'm making is a bowl. I should hear the kettle. But anyhow. This is bullshit here. What is this? I'm looking. I brought some water. Oh, here's water. Oh. I'm in the dark, y'all. When you're doing the video, there's a little light coming from the screen, the black screen. Oh. I shouldn't be so parched so soon in talking. But back to what's called karma. So, again, years and years ago, I saw the rapper Immortal Technique. I don't even know which video you could find. I don't even know if this video will still be up after all these years. But they were interviewing him outdoors across the pond, across seas, either France or England. He was somewhere in and around that vicinity, per my recall right now. And he stood there and said he doesn't believe in karma. I was like, I tell Ridge. Ridge is my homie, platonic homie. Then and now, we used to build a lot over the phone and in person studying. So I said, I tell Ridge to find this video and check it out, because he too, when we would be on the phone saying he doesn't believe in karma. But I'm like, then that's like not believing in energy itself. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But at the moment, I would say, well, Ridge, why? Why don't you believe in it? Because for years, growing up in the hood, probably all over the place, you would hear what goes around, come around. And I heard that throughout all my formative years coming up, from elders, people your age, what goes around, come around. You hear that all the time. And that held true, not only because you could live long enough to witness, like, wow, what they've done to others finally was done to them. Interesting, okay. So you can observe and witness that, actually transpire. Not just with the thems, but also with ourselves. Some of us usually forget. Then somebody may remind you, like, oh, you've done that, remember? And some people get pissed at that person for that reminder. They'd be steaming pissed, like, how dare you remind me that I'm now being administered the medicine I've issued all these years, But, figurative. But, but hearing of what goes around comes around. Growing up, I immediately thought of the round globe that's in classrooms. I wonder if they're going to start, or did they start pulling that globe out of classrooms? I know Jane Elliott in many of her videos here on YouTube. She mentioned, even to Oprah, I think she's mentioned how they changed the map and things of that nature. Gemini lady was once a school teacher herself, she shared. But I say that to say this, even if they changed the map, the globe was still round on the tabletops in classrooms. Science classroom, history classroom, with me, I grown up in public schools in New York City. I don't know if they still will permit a round globe in there. That's a whole nother topic. But in seeing that globe growing up throughout school, I think Mommy even had one in the house, the round globe. Anyhow, what goes around comes around always made sense to me because of that globe is round. You know, the pregnant belly is round, the tires, you know, mobile is round, and they say everything's in flux, moving, so the tires are round. Can you get anywhere with a square tire? I don't think so. But the tires around. Did I say the pregnant belly? The head's around, our eyeballs around, and cats sleeping around, circle of 360 degrees, and just round. Also, in driving, you ever drove around your neighborhood? It goes round and round. You come back to the same place, round. You ever walked around the building? You walk around the mall. It's just too much things that's round for them to ever convince me it ain't 360 degrees, you know, of roundness, you know what I mean? And studying acting, HB Studios, even community college, and I was in fine arts, and they told about the round personality, the acting teacher. I was like, interesting, okay. But in any event, coins and quarters around, dimes, nickels, penny, round. There's different shapes, true, but just circulating money, circle, round, circulating. The cells, even when you take anatomy, physiology, and the round, and the semen, the head of the semen, it's aquatic life, look like the semen. You can think back to class, anatomy, physiology, look at the microscope, and chemistry class. It was round, the head of it. I digress, just too much round, okay? So again, hence the term what goes around comes around. I'm like, well, that's the very meaning of life, roundness, you know. Per my studies, again, for the Hatrix and Dietrix, per my studies. So the fancy word applied to that term, what goes around comes around, was karma. It came into my studies as karma, K-A-R-M-A, karma, which sounds very feminine. The name itself, it has a feminine, I guess it's that A at the end, if you will. Pardon the ums. Yeah. So in my further astrology studies, one astrology teacher in the workshop said, well, Scorpio rules karma. I said, oh. And as you know, if you study astrology or herbs or anything, there's male and female. Your battery in your car, the negative and positive, you know, charge, the yin and yang, the ions there. Yeah, so I couldn't say. Yeah, Scorpio is a feminine sign. Earth and water, all those signs are feminine. So I was like, interesting. The whole term karma is a bitch. And, you know, people don't even study astrology like that to know that, you know, Scorpio has been assigned as being having rulership or dominion over this thing that's called karma. In more modern times, some have given Gemini. No, it's not Scorpio. Gemini rules karma. So I guess it depends on what circuit you studied astrology. And we were told Scorpio through the various different workshops I've been to. Now, as of late, I'm hearing, no, it's Gemini. Gemini, sure. Yeah, Gemini. I'm like, I guess because they're the twins. And then I'm hearing Libra in these more modern classes. Like, Libra was karma? Yeah, because she balances the scales. So Libra and Gemini are both masculine signs. So I can see where they both can derive from either three, how that frequency must govern what's called karma. But you can do your own studies there and see what resonates as more apropos to you. I'm more inclined to stick with Scorpio. I guess that's what has been told to me in the 80s and the 90s and throughout my early astro studies, if you will, which wasn't internet. You actually go out your house and get on the bus and train to the workshop wherever it's located and pay the fee and come on in and sit down. Get some refreshments over there if you like. And the fee is usually nominal, maybe $10, $20, some classes. It depends. Get your notebook and pen out and you get to being in the Astro Cipher. It was pretty cool back then. I went to them all the time. I mean, ones I really wanted to go to, I would call out from work to get to it. I mean, oh gosh, I'm a serial student, okay? I gotta do a t-shirt, serial student. Because this Earth School, you're constantly, I'm still a student now, pushing half a century. You're constantly learning, you know what I mean? And unlearning and, you know, background, round and round, okay? In any event, but I want to do this video because now they have this new thing that there's no such thing as karma. And from Ridge, Immortal Technique didn't say why he don't believe in it. And there's some of my favorite witchy videos on here. Some of those ladies don't believe in karma either. You know what I mean? Their thing in not believing it is not a hardcore, I don't believe in it and that's all. What the fuck? Not that frequency. They don't believe in it because they're saying, well, if you don't feel guilty, then it won't come back to you. That's their theory, how they theorize karma doesn't exist. It's in your feelings, your emotions. So if you don't feel guilty, their logic is the guilt, the guilty feeling is what attracts the punishment for what you did. So I'm like, not to just totally debunk it and throw it out, but it's because, you know, emotions are very powerful. Emotions are ruled by water. The water signs are very emotional. Water, you think of the ocean, the tide, tsunamis. No. Some people try to discount emotions. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they doing that for. You know, I honor all 4 elements, you know, study the elements, you know, water, air, fire, earth, and ether, you know, gas. Okay. Well, I'm not saying was 5, but you know what I mean. What I'm saying is, I respect for all of them because they all here. And pretty much here to stay. They was here before we got here. You know, it was called humans. But still, I go back to mathematics. You know, yeah, because her thing is, well, the witches who said, I heard you say this over the videos over the years, is don't carry emotion of guilt, and karma won't be able to return to you. But I'm gonna tell you why. If it's not called karma, it's called something, whatever, in energy, okay? Let me tell you about this other alchemy class I took. Was it this year? I believe so, earlier this year. And she, too, was saying, and she gave a year, since 2015, there's no more karma. I'm sitting in the cipher class, and you pay for this class very affordable. I think it was $5 a class. Not for the whole series. You know, each time you come, you pay $5. It's pretty cool. You know, very affordable in that respect. But I'm sitting in the cipher like, huh? For them to say that it just stopped, karma just stopped. I'm like, yes, Erykah Badu song On and On came to mind. Like currents in the ocean, keep going on and on, okay? All night to the vault. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the cipher. That would mean energy has stopped in 2015. That don't make sense. Maybe that's not the name to call it anymore, karma. But as long as there's energy, it's going to find its source. Water finds its level. It's going to find where it came from. It's like an adopted child, forever seeking its natural, even if they were treated right by the adoptive parents and love an adoptive family, it will still be extremely curious about its own DNA. Where did it derive? If not even go do kumbaya with the biological parents and biological family, they just want to see them. They want to find their source. That's like, from what I'm hearing, for the most part, a lifelong yearning, gnawing at them. You know what I mean? And that makes me think of the medicine cards too. The salmon. Look up that 49, I think. You could even have to buy the book unless you want to. No shade to it, but the book is great. Book in the deck of cards, absolutely. If you into these type of studies, it's something you just want to have in your house if you study like this. You know what I'm saying? Great kit. I love mine. It's just, oh, love it. Mine is so worn too. Still love it, you know what I mean? But I believe it's the Salmon card 49. Go on, look that up. You can look that up without buying it. I'm like, oh, this is on the internet. Well, I know what ain't on the internet. But yeah, read the part about the salmon and why it swims upstream. No matter how hard and tumultuous that water. I said, that's why salmon swim upstream? Yeah, to return to the source. Man, go on and look up the Salmon card, okay? So, if you want to. So I'm like, that's all. And then when I was in college, I was in a science class. What was his name? A brother, African brother, got his PhD in 3 years. And the whole class gasped, like, 3 years. Now, I know it's quite impressive. People got their PhDs at all. But I didn't know it took like 5 to 10 years to get the thing sitting there. I'm like, that's how long it takes. Word? Yeah, they deserve to be called doctor. And a lot of people are trying not to call PhD holders doctor anymore. What the fuck is that shit? All them years of learning, they earned that title, that handle. What the? Oh, well, it's not like it's a medical doctor. I remember years and years ago seeing the episode of Married to Medicine. And I'm not even a Dr. Heavily fan. Hell no. Not with the energy she shows on the show. I don't know her personally. But the character on the show, no thank you. Okay. But still, I was sort of like taken up for her title. I remember they was trying to, seemingly trying to discount calling her a doctor because she's a dentist. I'm like, but those are doctors. They go through years of schooling too. What the fuck? So yeah, something icky is going on. Even with calling Dr. King by his first name, his given name, Martin. I'm like, why are people? This is like spreading across cultures and decades and centuries and generations, not centuries, but generations. When I was younger, he was always Dr. King. From the teachers and everything in school. Why? He earned his doctorate. So why are they just not, the doctor portion just seemed to went away. What the hell? Even Dr. Maya Angelou. I've heard some, did I hear Oprah say Maya? I'm not sure, but that's a no-no to her. Look at her documentary. I don't forgot which one it was. I don't watch most of them, if not all. One of them documentaries, she was on a talk show, and a young lady, young enough to be her granddaughter, stood up in the audience and called her by her first name. She stopped her with grace, no yelling, and she's an Aries. Aries usually have no qualms yelling. But she stopped her with grace and eloquence and said, no, you don't call me by my first name. You don't have license to call me that. She sure don't. She's young enough to be your grandchild. Even Paul Mooney got on Oprah. And Oprah is a business title. Okay, that's trademarked. Because Oprah's older than me. And so I don't have license to call her that either. But her name is trademarked as the business she's in. But Paul Mooney was very perturbed with her addressing Michael Jackson and the Jackson's mom by her first name. He was like she went to high school with her. Is she crazy? I love you, Paul. Paul, we have interfaced on numerous occasions at OTB. Does my voice sound familiar? I know, like, y'all going to tweet this to Paul Mooney. Well, tweet him. Oh, man, it's surreal, too. Because you're like, oh, man, it's Paul Mooney's talking to me. I mean, jokes just for me at my window? No one else? I sat with him at Starbucks. We talked about the horses. And, wow, in Harlem, y'all. Paul Mooney. I just some moments in your life you just cherish, won't you? And he was nice to all the girls at OTB. But the one Capricorn got good tips from him. Hey, girl. Hey, Jam. What's up, mama? Anyway, so, he tipped me too. He did. But, never mind. It'll be in the memoir. But that was my fault. And that's not even like me. My personality is not my sign or... And you know what? I wanted him to autograph the Fiat. I would have kept that bill forever. But getting caught up in the horses, he's going to look at the TV. I think I spent that Fiat. I probably did. Like a fool. He's a legend, Paul Mooney. I did. Something told me to ask him to autograph the Fiat. And I would have just kept it. Framed it. It's Paul Mooney. I don't know. I got caught up in the horses is what. Never mind. Y'all read the memoir. That would never happen again. Why would it? Even if I interface with Paul Mooney again, He wouldn't tip me. What would he be giving me fiat for? He would be no reason to tip me. And it wouldn't be the same thing because the gamblers are tipping you because you typed up they winning ticket. So I should have kept that money. Why did I spend it like a fool? Papa usually, Papa, why did I spend poor Mooney dollars? He tipped me cute too, not like he did the Capricorn, but that's why. And he'll tell you, young lady, you know why? You read the memoir. I'm a grown woman. I'm in my 30s, but I'm still old enough to know better. No, I don't even do that. I guess once you get in your ego, your Aries. I don't care when you're born. I don't care what your birthday is or your age. Once you get right into your ego, get into the ego, the downside of the ego. Let me be specific. Y'all listen to Aries season on here. You're in Aries. I don't give a shit when your birthday is. Let me come up with my astrology book. Y'all get the gist then. But you like, girl, what Paul Mooney said to you? Never mind, y'all read the memoir. But I shouldn't have spent that money. Oh my goodness, money that Paul Mooney's hands touched and gave to me, I spent. Probably something on foolish, like a cute pair of shoes or food, something dumb. And I had the thought too. You know why I probably spent it? Because he didn't sign it. But still, it's fiat he gave me. I don't give a shit who don't believe it. I should have held on to it. Damn. I remember when I met Ridge. Oh, did I say his name? Y'all don't do Memoir Mondays. I gotta do. You know what? I had to do it. I didn't do that. It won't be every Monday. Memoir Mondays on my Patreon. Patreon.com/Wanda55. Wanda with an H. And they're audiobooks that raise funds for me to have enough to self-publish the actual paper, version of the memoir. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, hold on. So you can join Patreon Wanda Wisdom, $2 a month or $7 a month. And every Monday, just checking it out for the and click twice on that arrow. If you're having difficulties, let me know. I'll just email you the video. Hey Deb, hey Nessa, how y'all doing? Yeah, I'll just email you the video like I do to my Patreons who are having difficulty. Patreon, what is the problem? I emailed you to look fine on my end. I'm like, I better do. For me, I can hear it but I have to click that gray arrow. It is gray when I add a thumbnail picture. That's nothing. I'm like, why some pictures are shown and some ain't? Never mind, y'all. But you'll get the video either way if you join my Patreon, okay? Memoir Mondays. I'm not up to the part yet with I'm in my 30s. I think I'm still in my teens. I gotta expedite it because I think I'm on Memoir Monday number 5 maybe or 6 or 5. I forget, y'all. But it's still throughout the teen years. It comes back in fragments. I do take my ginkgo. Hold on, let me get the tea. Remind me, I gotta get my tea. Hold on. Well, fast forward, didn't it? Oh, did it burn it? Oh, there you go. My sweet morning dew, I took one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. Dedicate my life to you. All I need to be back. What you do, say about your night, and anybody tell you what it will hold up, pardon me, babe, wasn't stone. Okay, we will. Oh, that fresh air feels good. Oh, fall is my favorite season because the morning dew feels so good. That breeze feel good, Leo. You feel that? Oh, I love fall. I love spring too, but the morning breeze in the fall, that crisp. Ooh, maybe it's a New Yorker thing. Autumn in New York, that crisp breeze. Oh, it's the shit. Hey, y'all, I'm back. Ooh, have my tea, my water. So I get parched tea is hot. Hot as a cootie brown. Shout out to Kaya. Anyway, y'all, so back to the alchemy class. So she's saying 2015 it ended. Like this is a melanated woman. Now, no shade to any other races. I would assume all melanites and melanettes and melanin kings and melanin queens are on here. I don't know. Maybe the hidden pale powers that be probably have think tank study groups that study all the shit. Even what Tasha K called us the lesser YouTube. I don't know why I give Tasha K a pass because I could be wrong by her. She's a Buddha. We're all Buddhas, you know, per study. Some Buddhas is activated, some is dormant, you know. But and her smile and her voice sound like MC Light, and she has a smile like Sanaya Lathan to me. So, she's a Pisces, I give her a pass. No, I do not agree with all she says, no. But I think she's funny as hell. I laughed at it. It pissed off a lot of YouTubers. Like, who is she calling a lesser YouTuber? These are YouTubers with thousands of subs. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with my 100 and something. How do y'all? Like the big old hug. I'm happy with my melanettes and melanites. Nights with a K. Nights. But hey, boy, I told you that was tickled. I mean, she's a kiki. I don't think she meant no harm, y'all. Ooh, the people were pissed when she said that shit. Yeah, I gotta get into Pisces. Yeah, get into astrology. Yeah. Anywho, that DL Hughley is a Pisces too. I'm thinking of other comedians that are Pisces. Pisces is all the signs, y'all. Yeah, listen to my Pisces season on here. Pisces season. That's why I was wondering. They got cell salt. That's all of the cell salts that blended. And then they have a cell salt for Pisces. So I'm like, well, wouldn't that be the same darn thing? I guess I'll have to talk to the cell salt people. Y'all look up the y'all cell salt for your sign. But you only take it in the season of your sign. Well, what does mean the cell salts and just a karma video? But study cell salts in astrology. Y'all see what I'm talking about. If you know, then you already know. If you know, you know. That push it to you. Well, his topic, I don't talk about astrology. Leo, why? Why are you doing that? Leo, I opened the window to get a breeze. Why are you acting a fool? What's wrong with you? Don't start that shit. Baby. I opened the thing, the window so you can have a breeze. Not for you to be fighting with the window. You see a spirit. Don't it feel good? Oh, that breeze feels good. First it was cold in here, but now it feels good. Anyway, listen to me. Oh, if you want to. If not, you can click off. All right. Who's that? You here? Okay, now. The alchemy class. So she's saying it ended in 2015. I'm like, didn't that really make all energy end? I don't know if people are caught up on just the name, karma, in quotes. I'm doing the air quotes with the fingers. Or karma, from what I've studied, is energy. It's energy finding its source. That's it. You put it out, that energy will at some point want to find its source. Maybe in the meantime, it'll attach itself to a different host. If not the exact source that sent it out there, it'll attach itself to different hosts that's likened to your energy. If that makes sense. If it don't, I don't know what to say. It's energy's trajectory. The energy taking its form and its shape and being earmarked and steered a certain way. Do you know what I mean? Like in spirituality, that return to sender thing. That's like, think of the post office. Back in my day, they used to stamp something. Leo, what are you doing? What's the name of Jesse James? They will stamp something on the envelope with the little red finger, return to sender. And it's unopened and all that. Because the parties say, oh, this don't belong to me. COD, cash on delivery. I ain't paying for shit. It ain't mine. Send that shit back. That's all that is, you know. I don't wish you bad. I don't wish you good. I don't wish you a motherfucking thing. But I don't wish to take a package from you that I didn't ask for and don't want. Because it ain't mine. It's your shit. That's all that is. It ain't personal. It's just your shit. Okay. That's a whole other topic. But it's still karmic appropriate. Do you see what I'm saying? You're projecting your shit, and the person's rejecting that projection. If you see what I'm saying. That's returning syndicate. Hold on. Hey, baby, this is blackberry tea. What's in that pot? I'm smelling that. Any more honey? I need lemon. No, Papa, it smells funny. Can blackberry do tea go bad? Oh, how long was it sitting on the stove? You know it's still hot now.
2 or 3 days.
That tea been in the pot 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh no! But do tea don't go bad, do it? Does it have a shelf life? It smells okay, but it don't smell like I want it to smell for blackberry. Was the flavor blackberry or some other shit? Y'all, like, girl, if you don't get on with the karma story, I'll have my water. Hold on. Okay. My take on karma is just energy. Oh, that professor with the PhD. Science class. He was speaking about clouds and condensation and how that forms and how rain and da-da-da come. Natural rain, not what's called hard rain. You just research on that if you want to. Is that the AC? Now it's going to be too damn cold. What? Hold on. Is it? I left my sweater. I know you're like, why is she searching for the right temperature? I need it, y'all. Hold on. Stay, won't you stay? So Madame got me looking at all the Shaka Khan. I mean, I've been for a Shaka Khan binge since watching her video the other day. Look for my shawl. I left the shawl and the sweater in the room. I don't feel like I use this. I like the breeze, but I don't want the breeze to come on with the AC coming on. You know, it's intermittent. I just turn the AC down. You know, AC's off. Open the door, get the cool, beautiful breeze. And then the AC come back on. That's too damn cold. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I mean, like, that's karma now. You done open the door and set the AC and now look. No. Well, yes, get what your hand called for. Literally, you took your hand and did the AC and took your hand and opened the door. Yeah, I can hear y'all thinking. Anyway. So, this alchemy class, yeah. And then she did this rose therapy thing that she does, this rose therapy. So, that was a strange moment in that class. So people are saying how they want to drive on the road and some rude person had road rage and cut them off, and they applied the rose therapy to that moment, and that immediately calmed them down. So I'm in class like saying, well, isn't that not karma? Is the rose therapy application, is that not a form of karma? Of course, I'm getting the blank looks and the blank. I'm like, huh? And something else was weird too. Then that very same teacher was speaking to, I bullshit you not, how to have compassion for pedophiles because you don't know what you did in your past life. I'm like, I know the fuck I didn't do that shit. I've had past life retrograde readings. That shit didn't come up. Oh, you think those spiritual readers will tell you, I don't know what the fuck came up in your reading. I ain't come up in mine, okay? You think those spiritual readers will tell you something bad because you won't come back and spend your money, and this is what she's alluding to. I'm like, I'm thinking of my New York years and the readings I've had over those years. No, I should be so lucky. No, I had readers. I have no qualms telling you what the fuck it is. However it comes, however those cards lay is how they lay, and they have no qualms telling. They said the readers I had told me how it was and how it was right there on their table, okay. And I went to the real deal ones, okay? The real deal ones. From other countries that barely spoke English. I need a translator, okay? No. The ones I went to, yes, they were the truth. They still are, from what I hear, okay? I'm not in New York now. So, I told them then, no, I'd much rather have compassion for the children, innocence. who don't have the physical strength to ward off adult physical violators. No, no, no. My compassion, I prefer to be earmarked to children, innocents. What the fuck? Weird shit. Weird shit. And in that very same class, on that very same day, it was a Caucasoid lady just being rude. Aries, y'all. Aries with I think a Capricorn moon, Taurus ascendant. Just rude. Talking while people are talking and interrupting. Just being that no shade to Aries, but being that kind of Aries. You know what I mean? The downside of it. And my friend T, my homie, spazzed on her. And then it was a Pisces sitting next to me. Very sweet, demure Pisces. Very sweet. She brought roses at the end because there was a lot of rose therapy talk throughout that class. She brought, I think it looked like she brought the bouquet for the teacher, but it looked like, I could be wrong, but it looked like the teacher, who's a Leo cusp Cancer, instructed or suggested she give one rose to each one of us. I thought that was a pretty cool afterthought, but I digress. But the Pisces next to me is saying, and to me, I'm not the one who spazzed on Becky, but saying, you know, they have compassion for it. The teacher told my homie T to put Becky in the rose, not put her, but put the matter, the issue in the rose. And it's something you're supposed to do with the rose after you put the issue in the rose. That's the therapy. So, Pisces next to me is saying, you know, to have compassion for that and her and patience. And I'm like, I'm not the one interrupting people while they're talking. That's patience. If that's patience, you know, yeah, I know, but have compassion and patience for that person that does that. And, you know, would you be dismissive to a child if they did it? I said, well, a child gets a pass because it's a child. It's not a full-grown adult that should know better. And I know Becky's age because I taught the astrology class there in January. So everybody shared their birthdays and pulled up natal charts and things of that nature. So I know she's full-grown and old enough to know better. So I'm like, and Pisces is melanated, taking up for Becky. I'm not saying anything's wrong with them. I'm just trying to give you the visuals of how it was. I just was like, oh. And then taking up for someone that's rude, that's clearly interjecting. It's not hearsay. You're witnessing the person interject. You know what I mean? Oh gosh. The post-traumatic slave syndrome. Thank you, Dr. Joy DeGruy, for giving us that work. Post-traumatic slave syndrome. So we can sort of get an understanding of this strange weirdness. And hold on, let me just sip this. Okay, the tea is just decent, it's bearable. Probably have to add a drop of vodka to the teapot when it sits on the stove. Not the vodka would make the tea drunk, but the vodka be a preservative for the tea. Just a splash of vodka. You know what I'm saying? I put a splash of vodka in the smoothie, just as a preservative. I make perfume. I put a splash of vodka in perfume. You know what I'm saying? Just preservative. I'm back, y'all. Anyway, so back to karma. It's impossible for what's called karma to stop because it's just energy finding its source. So unless all energy stops, what's called karma will persist. And I think they want to get that out of the masses' consciousness. What goes around, come around. They don't even want you thinking round like that. And balls bouncing. I'm like, are they going to end sports and basketball and tennis is around and golf balls around? And yeah, are they going to end? And the football is not round, but it's the Vesica Pisces, the wound of the black hole of the wound of the universe. Are they going to just end all symbology around? Yeah, because they don't. It seems like it is just my thinking and theory. Ain't nothing I'm saying is law. Like India Ari done sung this in song video. True confession of a life learned lesson. I'll say here to share with y'all. Go on, fit it. Okay, go on and shine free. Now's the time. That's it. Go on and love yourself. That's that shit. I'll be in the room playing music later on. I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Anyway, that's too hot. I should get a spoon. All right, now, yeah. So I don't think they want us thinking round, because the mass collective thinking in roundness may make everything expedite going around, coming around. I don't. Just a thought. First Amendment. So hence the flat Earth theory and all that stuff come out. I'm like, no, booties around, and one teacher said it must have been somebody pale with a flat ass coming out, and yet the hair being straight and flat, and it's spiral, and spirit spirals round, coils round your hair, our natural hair. So she was like, somebody with flat hair and a flat ass and pale skin probably came out with this flat Earth theory initially. That was that teacher's take on it back in the day. You know, I was in New York. It's just all theories. So get your knickers in a knot, your boxes in a bunch, or your panties in a bunch. There's some females that are disagreeing. Listen. You have your videos, your channel. Do you speak your take? I speak my take over here. Wanda's juke joint. Okay, jukebox. How long is this? It's not bad. Put some vodka in there. Not enough to get you drunk, just enough to, preserve it. But, yeah. This video is all over the place, as most of mine are. That's just the flavor of this channel here. And the flavor of me, Disseminating Moon, Gibbons Gravy. Sure enough. Yeah, it's karma. What's called karma is energy finding its source. That's why there's good karma too. People hear the word karma, get all spooked out like, ooh. No, there's good karma too. And this world is hard to find back to you, but it will. Frequency, joy, export joy, import joy. You know what I'm saying? Why I feel sleepy all the time. I guess it's 5:32 a.m. My glasses. At 5:22, 5 something a.m. My sweet morning dew, I took one look, it was plain to see you were my destiny. Anyway, y'all, that's it for me and karma. If it ain't called karma, it's called energy. What you craft and create and dispense will find you. Hook or crook, one way or another, it will find you. It's yours. You manufactured it, gave birth to it, but it will find you. Like an adopted baby. It will come back, it will find you. So try to, export goodies, good stuff, joy, sane items, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not embodying. You have to feel guilty for it to find you. Bullshitter. Shout out to So My Time. I don't embrace that. You don't have to feel guilty. You can be indifferent and numb and stoic. It's still yours. It's still your baby you put out there. And it grows and pollinates and, propagates. Or what's the other word I'm looking for? Pollinated. Our seeds will grow. All we need is dedication. Let me tell you that I love you, Miss Hill. Everything is everything. And she said our seeds will grow. All it takes is dedication. I thought of the converse, the other side of that, when there's no dedication, the seeds still grow. I guess like wild weeds in the jungle. Those have their purpose too. Dandelion cleans up and all that stuff. Yeah, y'all Google and see, y'all figure out what all that is. But and then we have a friend of a friend, and he goes and get therapy, and he shared with us once how his therapist, to a sister, he used to tell us how she said, there's nothing wrong with you. You just been around the wrong people. because she had him do an exercise to write down things people say to you. You know, you don't have to respond, and heavens no, you don't have to get in an argument with them, but just write down everything that they say to you. I'm like that. I'm gonna write anyway. I usually, scroll in my journal at night before I go to sleep, which is usually wee hours in the morning. So usually it's wee hours in the morning I'm jotting in my journal, and but I don't do that nightly like I used to. Coming up, just when I feel inspired to, I may go jot a little line or two here and there. And I'm like, oh, because a 5th grade teacher gave us an exercise, and that's probably, they called it diaries back then. Do they still call it that? I have more or less journaled, the term journaling, but yeah, she said keep a diary, and before you go to sleep, after you take your bath and you have your dinner and you get ready for bed, before you go to sleep, just write down how your day went. You don't have to only write when something magnificent happened or something horrific happens, because that happens too. You tend to document, baneful bookmarks, like, oh, I'm going to document this was terrible. You document it so I can read it and figure out the psychology of the shit. You know what I'm saying? She said, no, you can document your mundane days too. Just document how your day went. And at the end of the year, read your diary back to yourself. Do that every year. And I was like, that is a good idea. Now, I haven't kept up with it precisely over the years. Since 5th grade, I was 10. No. But I just think that's a great exercise to get to know you and get to know what's around you. Journaling daily or as often as you can at the end of the year. Read it. Read it like you read a juicy novel. Very, very cool exercise, in my opinion. Hell, in my exercise and doing it. But it's good to see how karma unfolds in that too. If you're writing it honestly. Yeah, that just came to me. But that's it. Yeah, karma is simple energy finding its source. Period. Yeah. That the water finds its level. They're going to do away with that too. And probably figure out a way you can go look and see how that happens for yourself. I don't know. What was that song, Whitney Houston song? How the river finds the sea. Well, I love that song too. It's I believe children are our future. Teach them well and let them find. It's the lyric in that song. How the water finds. No. Could it be that on the Preacher's Wife soundtrack, when in the video she's outside in that beautiful wool coat? Oh, beautiful coat. Some song she has where she says the water, like the river finds the sea or something. All that's karma. You'll find your parentage. You surely will. Your source. Returning to the source, you'll find it. It's natural. Maybe that's why they're trying to GMO the world and make everything inorganic and unnatural. They out and out calling it artificial intelligence. You would think they would try to hide that term or feel ashamed to admit that that's what they're trying to, well, that's what they are creating. It just, I'm like, well, where's organic intelligence? Why are we pushing this AI? Only AI I like is Allen Iverson, okay? And he's hella astute. Natural. I'm in Gemini 7. Hold on. Same day as Prince. I wonder if he dreams about Prince. Same thing. Hold on. R.I.P. Prince Rising Power. Anyway, I'm 1 hour of my take on karma. I hope I was clear. Was it clear? Some hater put down there in the comments, no. My take may be just for me, and this is my outlet where I'll just outlet my take, let it out, okay? But yeah, it's just energy. Alrighty? Just study rain, condensation, all that science professor did that for us, me, the class. That's karma. It truly is. It is just a law of exchange, the Kabbalion, the law of exchange, the law of correspondence is what they call it. Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. What you project will refine you. Somehow, some way, it just will. That's the whole thing with pyramids and MLMs and multi-level. That's what they're doing. You know what I mean? They put an idea out there and hope it grows wings and legs in their favor. I know it gets one-sided, but that'll soon correct itself sometime too. Most times, I think. Guess even with the people were willing to join the program, so maybe the MLM wasn't a good example. Everything is encompasses in everything. It's all around us, y'all. It's energy. Energy finding its source. No matter how long it takes, energy will find its source. That's what karma is. Full circle, 360 degrees. Look at how they do the 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. Watch those numbers. 3, 6, 9. Saturn. Go home and keep studying, okay? The 9 rules. Infinite. It's the infinite number times 9. 9 times 9 is 81. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 keeps showing up again. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all get your geometry and all that study on. And 7 is the completion, but 9. Some people give the 9, but 9 keeps going on and on. And it's shaped like upside down 6, the spiral and circular. Child. Oh. Karma is the 9. And November. How you say November in Spanish? November was originally the 9th month. And the Novia candles. The Novas. Nova. Oh shit. Avon spelled backwards as Nova. Nova. I just had an epiphany, y'all. Okay, let me just keep studying. Hey, you see these epiphanies? How they erupt? Okay, let me go, y'all. Y'all, my point, let me tie this up in a neat bow. I don't give a fuck who say karma's over. Bullshitter. And so Madame's voice, okay? As long as there's energy, there's karma. That's all it is energy finding its source, which it will. All right? Okay. Peace.